Yo, today on Boardgasm, we are going to take a look at the 2019 Gongfarmer's Almanac. If you love Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG, you're going to freak out when you see how cool this book is. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Adam Cardone here, and this is Boardgasm Episode 4. And this is going to be a little different. We're not doing a board game today. We're doing a book. And this is for Dungeon Crawl Classics, the Gongfarmer's Almanac 2019. And before I get into this book review, look how thick this thing is. I just want to tell you a little bit about Dungeon Crawl Classics. If you know me personally, for the last year, I haven't stopped talking about this game. We call it DCC. So the game, I started playing it last year about this time. I bought the rule book, and within seconds, I basically erased my brain of all the other role-playing game Dungeon Master rules I have in my head. And I started all over again. It's my favorite system. Here's the rule book. It's like $24 for this giant, thick, awesome rule book. And you don't need anything else. You really don't. This is it. You can run games right here. Bam, zoom. It actually changed the way I Dungeon Master. But aside from that, they put this out. And this is it's just a compilation of all the zines of the year that all the fans wrote, called the Gongfarmer's Almanac. Now, does anybody know what Gongfarmers are? A Gongfarmer would be the equivalent of today's somebody who digs out cesspools. They basically, I don't know how many times a year you'd hire these guys. They would come and they would manually dig it out. Yes, they shoveled shit. So that's what this is called, and I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to start off, I love this thing. I got it a week ago, and I was kind of overwhelmed by what it was. It's got stuff for Dungeon Crawl Classics. It has stuff for Mutant Crawl Classics, which is the sci-fi apocalyptic version of DCC. And it also has, in the middle, a giant chunk of this book, like a really large portion, is Dungeon Crawl Classics, a Western themed with monsters. So if you're into that, this is gold. I think this book was $25. Again, for what you're getting in the price of this company, Goodman Games, I'll point out, it's just insane. So anyway, the fans write all these zines. They compiled it here, and I'm going to go really quick. As a Dungeon Master, there's gold in here. There's funnels. There's first level adventures, second level, third level. In the last year of learning how to play this game, I have Dungeon Mastered many games. Many. Funnels and lots of level 1 games. And I'm getting in the groove of it now. I have a system, and it's fast and furious and very deadly. And in here, gold. There's some new funnels. There's a sequel to the one from Watches from Below. In the groove of it now. I have a system, and it's fast and furious and very deadly. And in here, gold. There's some new funnels. There's a sequel to the one from Watches from Below. The one who watches from below, the adventure. There's a sequel in here. But the thing that got me excited, there's a Beast-O-Matic. There's a really quick little whip up a monster table in here. Very cool. There's character classes. There's some deities. There's the anti-cleric. There's a chapter in here on anti-clerics. So playing and some more rules for a chaotic cleric. Love it. I'm a fan of the chaotic cleric. The clerics in DCC are awesome. I used to hate clerics in AD&D and all the other games I played. Now, here we go. There's a chapter on hirelings. I wish I had this a couple weeks ago. It's got all the different hirelings. It's got their fees. It also has some of their character traits that you can roll for. So that's in here. This is even better. There's this whole section in here, which I'll do a close-up in a second. Basically, you have a hex grid map, and you can keep track of the world as you know it when you're dungeon mastering. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but there's a little hex grid map here. Well, it basically has a whole section in here on random encounters in different natural environments. The plains, the swamps, the mountains, the woods. It's really great. And some of these could turn into mini adventures. I like short and sweet adventures, which I'll talk about in a second. There's all sorts of stuff in here, and then there's a crazy index in the back. It's really thick. This is ridiculous, folks. I'm a fan of this book. If you play role-playing games in any way, shape, or form, and you like old-school fantasy settings, Dungeon Crawl Classics is pure gold. This was their first annual that they ever did. This is not official, technically. It's from the fans, but from the actual Goodman Games, we have Dungeon Crawl Classics, and then this is their annual. This thing here, again, you don't need this. This isn't rules. This is just more stuff, more deities, and this one has a lot of... it fills in the gaps on the gods that the clerics and the wizards can worship. From this book, there's more in here. They're great, 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 great books. If you're a dungeon master, I highly recommend looking at this because the game literally changed how I DM. I'm not kidding. I don't do fake rolls anymore. I roll in the open. Everything counts. It's so easy to die in this game. So if your character lives, it makes such a big difference. And that's why I like this game. It really is a game for me and the player. I am excited when I get to play the monsters and fight the players. And this gives me more resource material. I like these games. Their price point is awesome. $24 for the rule book. That's what they cost in the late 80s. Some of the rule books were $20. So, come on. The artwork is fantastic. It's old school. It's got lots of flavor. And I've met these guys at Gen Con, and they're really cool. So, I highly recommend Dungeon Crawl Classics. Get the Gongfarmer's Almanac. I'm sure they sell out of these quick. There's so much stuff. Even if you don't play this system, there's so many little ideas and adventures in here. And also pick up their annual if you're going to play. You might as well. Oh, and look at the cool box it comes in. They're shipping their stuff now in these boxes that look like books. Come on. These guys rule. All right, I'm Cardone. This is Boardgasm, Episode 4. Thank you so much. Pass this stuff on. I'm just getting this channel rolling, and my Instagram is Cardone Magic, is me, but the Instagram for this, follow it, Boardgasm. And I'm posting miniature pictures and quick little game reviews and all sorts of fun stuff on there. Thank you so much for your support, and keep playing board games, everybody. Party on.